Dear teachers, welcome to JS in English Learning. We are with Unit 1 of the revised PGTRB syllabus, and we are discussing Sir Thomas Wyatt's poem Remembrance. Right, this is a poem that we are going to discuss in this session. And look at the title of the poem, Remembrance. Okay, so what does the poem Remembrance means? The author is trying to recall a past happening. The author is trying to recall a past happening. And who is the author? The author is Sir Thomas Wyatt. Okay, and who is Sir Thomas Wyatt? What do we know about Sir Thomas Wyatt? Okay, Sir Thomas Wyatt is a court poet. Yeah, what is Wyatt known for?
Sonnet introduced into English.
Okay, so he is along with Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey, he is credited with introducing sonnet poetry into English. Sonnet as a poetic form into English literature. Sonnet is a very popular lyric form in Italian language. Okay, it was in Italy. It was thriving, and the popular user of sonnet for a poetry form is Petrarch, and this poetry form was introduced into English literature by Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey. And look at the title, Sir Thomas Wyatt. So what does the title mean? Sir. So he was knighted. So who will be knighted? Normally, a man who is of the nobility, of the noble order, பிரபுக்களின் குடும்பத்தில் இருப்பவர் மட்டுமே அந்த பிரபு, அந்த சர் அப்படின்னா, அல்லது இப்போ மாடர்ன் ட்ரெடிஷன்ல a man who becomes very popular, who has made a lot of contribution, he is also raised to the position of sir. Here, Thomas Wyatt can be well defined as a court poet. He can be defined as a court poet, and he can be defined as a diplomat. Who is a diplomat? A man who is appointed by the king to go on foreign missions. So he was called a diplomat. He had been to Italy on several occasions because he was asked by King Henry VIII. He served King Henry VIII. He was not from a very ordinary family. Sir Thomas Wyatt's father, who is Thomas Wyatt's father? His name was Henry, and this man held a very important position. He was a privy council member to King Henry VII. Henry VII privy council member. Privy council enna appadina, a man who gives a very personal and confidential advice. Okay, such a powerful post was held by Sir Thomas Wyatt's father, and Sir Thomas Wyatt's father continued to hold the same position when Henry VIII became the king. And coming to Sir Thomas Wyatt, okay, you have spoken something about the father. Say something about Sir Thomas Wyatt. You may ask such a question. And even at the very young age, at the age of 12, he was appointed in civil service. Okay, he was appointed as super extraordinary. It was a civil service position. And then he was also appointed as a diplomat. Okay, diplomat means in the modern term it is called the External Affairs Minister. We call it as emissary. EMISSARY. Okay. Have you got this idea, teachers? Emissary.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because he was appointed as a diplomat, he got a lot of chances to travel to Italy and to France. And what did he do because of this? What did he gain because of all these travels? Because of all these travels, he gained a lot of Okay, knowledge about literature, which or the literary forms which thrive in the foreign soil. He learned the new rhyme schemes. He learned the new metrical patterns, and he incorporated those literary styles into his English writings. Okay, what are the writing styles he incorporated? He incorporated the Italian poetic forms and the French poetic forms, the Italian styles and the French writing styles. And he is credited with, okay, he is credited, oh, sorry, I think something has missed out. He is credited with introducing sonnet into English poetry. Sonnet is basically a lyric poetic form. Sonnet அப்படிங்கிறது என்ன poetic form?
Lyric
It's a lyric poem. Lyric poem அப்படின்னா it's a poem that celebrates love, a poem that celebrates nature, and which is highly musical, which can be accompanied by a very popular musical instrument called the lyre, and which has a particular rhythm. The beat அப்படிங்கிறது அங்க இருக்கும். இப்ப அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு அழகான ஒரு இட்டாலியன் சானட் அப்படிங்கிறத அந்த ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் poetic ஃபார்மை இங்கிலீஷ் லிட்ரேச்சருக்கு இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ண பெருமை வந்து சர் வயட் அண்ட் சரே இவங்க ரெண்டு பேருமே சாரும். அண்ட் கமிங் டு த நெக்ஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன், என்ன இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் அப்படின்னா, திஸ் மேன் Sir Thomas Wyatt, he introduced the French rendezvous form into English literature. Rendezvous, RONDEAU, rendezvous அப்படின்னு ஒரு poetry form இருக்கு. அந்த பர்டிகுலர் ஃபார்மை இங்கிலீஷ் லிட்ரேச்சருக்கு இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணது யாரு?
Wyatt.
Yeah, it is this particular man. And coming to his personal life was filled with a lot of controversies. What are the controversies? We call it as a lot of issues. Okay, very, very personal issues. What are the issues? He was associated with Queen Anne Boleyn, and because of that association, it is called intrigue. What is it called? We call it as intrigue in courtly life. And we call it as sexual scandals. Intrigues or sexual scandals. Yeah. Sexual scandals. And he was very closely, he was one of the lovers of Queen Anne Boleyn, who was the second wife of King Henry VIII. Because he had an affair along with there are many other names. Look at the next one. Wyatt was accused of having a relationship with the Queen along with a few other noblemen like Sir Francis Weston, William Breton, and Mark Smeaton, and Sir Henry Norris. Because of that, he was arrested, he was interrogated, he was tortured, and at last, because he was very influential, he was released. Did you understand that, teachers? He was imprisoned on several occasions, and one famous imprisonment was he was placed in the Tower of London for almost a month, and then because of the position of his family, he was released. And later, again, he got into controversy because his son was involved in something called the gunpowder, the gunpowder rebellion. His son was involved in gunpowder rebellion, and because of which, again, he fell in disfavor. And then in the year 1542, he contracted fever and died. So these are the informations that we know. So we know about the personal life of Sir Thomas Wyatt. Is these information clear to you, teachers?
Yes.
Now, coming to the poem Remembrance. This Remembrance is written in a very personal tone. It's very, very personal tone. And so when it is written in a personal tone, what point of view is used in the poem? First person point of view, second person point of view, third personல லிமிட்டட் அன்லிமிட்டட்லாம் சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா? அப்ப இந்த போயம் வந்து என்ன பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூல எழுதப்பட்ட போயமா இருக்கணும்?
First person.
It must be written in first person point of view because there is an explicit I in the poem. So the author is actually from the present, he is thinking about the past. So was he happy in the present? Abdina, he is unhappy in the present. That is why he is expressing his displeasure with the present time, and he is thinking about the happy moments in the past. That is why he titles the poem, I remember the time when I was happy, when you were all the time after me. Now you are away from me, you are running away from me. Okay, this is the main idea of the poem. So it is in the tone of complaint. What is the tone of the poem? It's highly personal. It is in the form of a complaint. The speaker is complaining to the reader that the lady who was once doting on him, who was always after him, is now ignoring him. ஒரு காலத்துல என் பின்னாடி குட்டி போட்ட பூனை மாதிரியே வந்துகிட்டு இருப்பா. இப்ப she is actually going away from me. She is having a threatening look towards me because she is in a very high position. So this poem, any type of poem? It's a personal poem. Make a note of it. Number two, it's a lyric poem. The form, it's a lyric poem. Content wise, it is an autobiographical poem. And this poem speaks about women. How women with whom he had affairs in the past are now indifferent towards him. It may be a reference to the queen, that is Anne Boleyn, who was once a lady in waiting in the court of Henry VIII, or he may be referring to many other ladies in the court who were once always after Sir Thomas Wyatt, but now they are after some other men. Did you get this idea clearly, teachers?
Yes, sir.
Now, coming to this particular poem, the important details, like what is the rhyme scheme that is used, what is the stanza format that is used, and the mari விஷயங்கள்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா? So we need to know what is the rhyme scheme that is used. Okay, you find that there are how many stanzas? 1, 2, 3 stanzas are there, and each stanza contains how many lines? Count the lines for yourself. There are 7 lines in each stanza, and there are totally 3 stanzas with 7 lines each. Okay, so total number of lines?
21 lines.
21 lines. So, okay, a 7-line stanza in English literature is normally, it is called rhyme royal, and if it follows iambic pentameter, then it is called rhyme royal. 7-line stanza, and it has a particular rhyme scheme. What is this rhyme scheme? The last word, should rhyme. Look at the rhyme scheme. A, then here chamber. B, here seek and meek. They rhyme, the first and third. Then the second and the fourth. Chamber, remember. Chamber, remember. And then come to danger. Danger. Even this rhymes, the last sign. Then range, change. This is called rhyme. So the rhyme scheme of this particular stanza is AB, AB, BC, and C. And this particular rhyme scheme, along with the line which follows iambic pentameter line, is called a rhyme royal. And who introduced the rhyme royal to English literature? Chaucer, Geoffrey Chaucer. இப்போ அடுத்த கொஸ்டின் வரும். என்னதுன்னா நெட் ஃபார்மேட்ல நம்ம கொஸ்டின் இருக்க போகுது அப்படின்னா ஒருவேளை அந்த நெட்ல ஏற்கனவே இருந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கூட இங்க வரலாம். Why is this stanza format called rhyme royal? Why is this stanza format called rhyme royal? It was introduced by Geoffrey Chaucer, but the name was not given by Geoffrey Chaucer. But the name for this stanza came from King James of Scotland, who is a imitator of or a great admirer of Geoffrey Chaucer, a king who was a patron of poetry, and he wrote a book called a poetry book called King is Squire, wherein he imitated the same stanza format which was introduced by Geoffrey Chaucer. Since a person from the royal blood used it, it is called rhyme royal. Did you understand that this, teachers?
Yes.
Okay. Now, shall we get into the poem?
Okay, sir.
போயத்துல தானே சார் இருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னு கொஸ்டின் கேட்பீங்க. வேற வழி இல்ல. I need to ask this question again and again. The first thing that you need to know is, in the past, the poet was very much loved by his lady love, okay, or his girls. But now those girls are not at all paying attention to him. They are after other men. This is the main context of the poem. So, in this poem, you will find a technique called juxtaposition. The author is trying to juxtapose the present and the past very close by so that we understand, okay, what is the present condition of the poet and what was his condition in the past. Okay, so you will find, okay, what kind of structure presented? The present and the past, which will be placed side by side. Present and the past will be placed side by side. This technique of placing, okay, two contrasting ideas side by side in literature is called juxtaposition. It is called juxtaposition. He is juxtaposing two images. Are you there, teachers?
Yes, sir.
Let's go line by line. Look at the first line. He is going to tell us, okay, they flee from me. Hey, look at the first. I'm going to box those things which are of the present, and I'm going to leave the past with an underline so that you understand what is the present condition of the poet. And he is without any companion, no female companion with him. What are the female companions of the past? What do they do to him? The moment they see the poet, they flee from him. Flee, abdina, they run away from me. They run away from me. So, now they are running away from me. But in the past, what did they do to the poet? Here you have all those images, very beautiful images. Sometime in the past, they came seeking me. They came after me. என் பின்னாடியே வந்தாங்க. How did they come? Okay, how? Look at I'm putting all these things so that you do understand. They came after me. How did they come? Okay, they came after me with naked foot. Naked foot. What is the meaning of naked foot? Without any sandal, so that they are going to the poet's personal room is not, okay, known to anybody. It's a secret meeting. So the ladies once were, okay, thronging behind Sir Thomas Wyatt. They were secretly going to his room in order to enjoy his youthhood, to enjoy sexual intimacy with him, because he was a very young man. He was very manly. Now he must be a bit elderly. So they are avoiding him. Okay, what did they do? They tiptoed to his room, and or what did they do? They stalked in his room sometime. They were already there in his room before Sir Thomas Wyatt could go there. They were stalking. Stalking means they were hiding. What were they doing? They were hiding and they were waiting, eagerly waiting. Did you get that, teachers? Did you understand? They were eagerly waiting for me in my room. They were eagerly waiting for me. That is what he is telling. They were eagerly waiting. Did you understand this concept?
Yes, sir.
They were eagerly waiting for me. And how were they? Okay, how were they in the past? Hey, look at the past. He is speaking about the past. How were they in the past? Let me put it. How were they in the past? Okay, they were in the past. They were very gentle. They were very tame. They were very meek. Look at all these words. The choice of the words that are domesticated adjectives. Adjectives that are used to describe a domesticated person. ரொம்ப ஜென்டலா இருந்தாங்க. They were very very tame, like a pet animal. They were enjoying my presence. They came for my caress. You know, when you have a cat or a dog or a pet animal at home, what will the cat or dog do when it sees you? It will be eagerly waiting for you. Why does the dog or a cat or other pet animal wait for you? Because they want, okay, a pat from you, a cuddling from you, a touch from you. So look at the imagery that is presented. In the past, they were like domesticated animals who were very slavishly behind me. They were eagerly waiting for me. But now, what are they now? They are now wild. They are wild and they seem to forget the past, okay, intimacy that they enjoyed with me. They are wild now. Once they were domesticated pet animals, they long for my touch, they long for my caress, they long for my cuddles. Cuddling அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்களே, அப்படியே டச் பண்றது, அந்த அந்த டிக்லிங், அதெல்லாம் என்ஜாய் பண்ணது. இன்னைக்கு என்னாச்சு? They have become wild. Okay, they have become wild and they do not remember the past happiness they received from me. Okay, then again he goes to the past. In the past, okay, what were they doing, the ladies? They put themselves in danger by coming to my room, by meeting me in secret. They put themselves in danger. Why did they put themselves in danger? Not just because they loved me, but because they wanted material benefit from me. எதுக்காக அந்த லேடிஸ்லாம் இவருக்கு பின்னாடி வந்திருக்காங்க? Maybe not just for sexual intimacy. They came to take bread at my hand. இதுமே என்ன இமேஜரி பயன்படுத்துறாரு? ஒரு டொமஸ்டிக் அனிமல் தன்னுடைய மாஸ்டர் கிட்ட பிஸ்கட்ஸ் எதிர்பார்த்து, பிரெட் எதிர்பார்த்து அப்படி போயிட்டு நிக்கும்லையே பாவமா, அந்த மாதிரி இவங்களும் for material benefit they came after me. But now, what are they doing now? Okay, now they are busily seeking with a continual change. They are completely changed. Those ladies are completely changed. They don't even look at me. Even if they look at me, they have a wild look at me. Like a wild animal, they are looking at me and they are going after somebody. They are changed and they are looking after, they are going after a changed master. Did you understand the first stanza, teachers?
Yes, sir.
Okay, upper the first stanza presents, okay, the imagery of the ladies in the past. He is comparing them to a domesticated animal who were behind him, and now they have become wild animals and they are going after somebody else, something else. So he is giving a very negative image about his, okay, beloveds and the past lovers. Now he is going to speak about a fortunate or an intimate moment he spent with his ladies. He says, in my life, there are not one happy moment. There have been many happy moments. Maybe many happy moments with one uh, lady, or many happy moments with many ladies. என்ன சொல்றாரு? I am fortunate. Now I am unfortunate. But in the past, I was very fortunate. How many times I was fortunate? இதையும் நம்பர் கேட்பாங்க. There were 20 times I was fortunate. But of the 20, if you ask me what is the best, I would say there is one special moment. எத்தனை ஸ்பெஷல் மொமெண்ட் இருக்கா? 20மே எனக்கு ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் சொன்னா கூட one moment is very special. So he is going to describe one special intimate moment with a lady. Okay. And what was the intimate moment? That was the moment in which one of his lovers walked into his room wearing a very thin costume. Thin அப்படின்னா transparent அப்படிதானே மீனிங் வரணும் டீச்சர்ஸ். தின்னா very light, transparent. So what kind of costume she was wearing? Transparent costume. Why did she wear a transparent costume? Because she wanted to get the attention of Sir Thomas Wyatt. She was exposing herself completely, and okay, she came in a thin array after a pleasant guise. She was initially disguising herself till she came to the room of Sir Thomas Wyatt. And once she came inside, she removed her disguise and she presented her thin costume, her body. And when he looked at her, when he stared at her, what did she do? She blushed, and immediately because of the blush, her loose gown fell from her body and she stood naked before Thomas Wyatt. And what did the lady do? She caught me in her arms, as she was the one who made the advance. Look at the way he is describing women. She was the one who came to me and she took me in her arms, long and short, which means she was holding Sir Thomas Wyatt like this, with a long arm and a short arm. நார்மலா நம்ம படத்துல பார்ப்போம், ஹீரோ வந்து ஹீரோயின் அப்படியே பெண்ட் பண்ணி இருப்பாங்க, அப்படியே குனிஞ்சு பிடிப்பாரு. இங்க அவங்க வந்து என்ன பண்றாங்க? இவரை லாங் ஆர்ம் ஷார்ட் ஆர்ம்ல அப்படி பிடிச்சி என்ன பண்றாங்க? All sweet did me kiss. She kissed me. And she asked very softly, dear heart, how like you this? How do you like this? Okay, do you really love it? Abdina, she was making me happy by giving herself fully to me. I was fortunate, but now I am unfortunate. So this is what he is trying to say in stanza number 2. Did you get this information, teachers?
Yes, sir.
Now, coming to the third stanza, he is trying to come to the present. அப்படியே பாஸ்டுக்குள்ள போயிட்டு he comes to the present and he says, it was no dream. I'm not just exaggerating. I'm not telling a lie. It was not my mental conception. It was a reality. In the past, when I see this lady ignoring me, I'm reminded of a past intimacy that she enjoyed with me, or that I enjoyed with her. And I'm happy that I extracted everything from her. And now she goes out because she was completely used by me. So I have lost nothing. அதுக்கு தான் அந்த தேர்ட் ஸ்டாண்ட்ல சொல்றாரு, இட் வாஸ் நோ ட்ரீம், ஐ லே broad waking. நான் முழிச்சிருக்கும் போதே இது எல்லாம் என் மைண்டுக்குள்ள ஓடுது. என்ன அப்படின்னா, I am no loser. Okay, I have taken the best from the lady and she thinks that I am a loser. No, I am not a loser. I have enjoyed her completely. Okay, look what is this saying? But all is turned. All those things have gone. The past intimate moments are gone. Okay, the lady is gone, is going after somebody else. I am still very gentle towards her, but she is not gentle towards me. How is the lady going? Look at the way he is describing the lady's behavior, the strange behavior of the lady. Now, the lady is behaving in a strange fashion of forsaking. She is forsaking me. I am forsaken. கைவிடப்பட்ட நிலையில நான் இருக்கிறேன். என்னை விட்டுட்டு எங்க போயிருச்சு? வேற ஒரு பக்கம் போயிருச்சு. என்கிட்ட பிஸ்கட் தீந்து போச்சு. அந்த பிஸ்கட் சாப்பிடுறதுக்கு அந்த டொமஸ்டிக் பீஸ்ட் எங்க போயிடுச்சு? இன்னொரு மாஸ்டர் கிட்ட போயிடுச்சு. So look at the way he is presenting women. Okay? Did you get that, teachers?
Yes.
And he says, look at the ironical things. He is going to use irony here. And I am very gentle. So what I'm going to do? I have leave to go of her goodness. Earlier she was good, but now she is not good. Let her go after any man. I'm not worried. And then he is going to speak about the dressing style of the lady, the present dressing style. Now, how is she dressed? She is described to be dressed in a new fashioned costume. And how do we know that? Here there is an expression. Okay. She also to use newfangledness. Newfangledness means a new fashionable costume, highly modern costume she is wearing, and she is going after a new master. Okay. And towards the end, the tone, look at the last tone. She says, she deceived me, and I believe that she will also be deceived by somebody. But since that I am so kindly am served, I was so kind, but I was not returned that same kindness by the lady, because now she has turned the attention to somebody. I would fain know what she hath deserved. I'm waiting to know that she will also be forsaken by some other man whom she believed very much. நான் ரொம்ப நாளாக இருந்த மாதிரி அவனும் இருப்பான்னு நினைக்கிறியா? இருக்க மாட்டான். அவன் என்ன பண்ண போறான்? அவனை ஏமாத்த போறான். போடி. That is what he is trying to tell. So you will find that this poem contains many elements of seduction. It contains many elements of seduction. What do you mean by seduction, teachers? Any idea about what is seduction? I think there is no space here. Yes. The art of making somebody, the art of making somebody do certain thing, particularly in matter of love making. That is called seduction. I don't have any space here, otherwise I could put it. Let me see if there is some space. Yeah, let me put it here. What is seduction? Let me define seduction here. So this poem contains elements of seduction. What do you mean by seduction? Okay, the act of enticing someone to do something, especially something that won't normally do, and often in a subtle or manipulative way. Okay, the author had seduced those ladies, but after seduction, those ladies have gone away, and he believes that those ladies will be rewarded justly. Okay, did you understand these concepts, teachers?
Yes.
Okay, so in the first stanza there is an imagery, choice of words that give the image of a domesticated animal, and that imagery is used to describe the ladies who went after Sir Thomas Wyatt in the past. At present, what is the imagery used to describe the ladies at present? Wild beast, a domestic beast which becomes wild. நம்ம வீட்லயே அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். நாய்க்குட்டிங்க ஒரு நேரம் மாதிரி இருக்காது. நீங்க போய் தடவி கொடுக்கலான்னு போகும்போது அது என்ன பண்ணும்? It will try to become wild. It may bite you, and then you have to go to a doctor. You are the same, but the beast has become changed. Okay, that's the point, teachers. If you have any queries, you're most welcome to ask.